There is news that has fans of pop music talking all over the world. A woman who defined an era of pop culture has made a business move that secures her financial future. Britney Spears, the voice behind hits like Baby One More Time and Toxic, has sold her stake in her recorded music catalog. The buyer is a company called Hipgnosis Songs Capital. It is the same group that owns the catalogs of huge stars like Justin Timberlake and Kenny Rogers. This is not just a business deal. It is a landmark moment in the singer's life. It marks the first time in her adult career that she has been able to make a major financial decision completely on her own. To understand why this matters so much, it helps to look back at where she came from. Britney Spears burst onto the music scene in 1998. She was a teenager from Louisiana with a ponytail and a uniform from a Catholic school. The song Baby One More Time became an instant classic. It shot to #1 in dozens of countries. Over the next several years, she released album after album of unforgettable pop music. Songs like Oops, I Did It Again, Stronger, and Toxic became the soundtrack for millions of fans. She won Grammys, she sold out arenas, she became one of the best-selling female artists of all time. But behind the scenes, things were not always as bright as the stage lights. Now you might be wondering, if she sold her catalog, does that mean she does not own her songs anymore? This is a question that confuses many people. The answer requires a little explanation about how the music business works. When an artist records a song, there are actually two different types of ownership. One is the song itself, the words and the melody. That is called the publishing rights. The other is the specific recording of that song, the version you hear on the radio or Spotify. That is called the master recording. In this deal, Britney Spears sold her share of the money that comes from the master recordings. She did not sell her publishing rights. That is an important difference. It means that the songs she helped write remain in her control, but the recordings that made her famous are now owned by someone else. Why would she do this? It might seem strange to sell something so valuable, but for artists, selling a catalog is often a smart financial move. It provides a huge amount of cash up front. Instead of waiting for royalty checks to trickle in over decades, the artist gets a lump sum. They can invest that money, spend it, or pass it on to their family. In Britney's case, this is especially meaningful. For 13 years, she was unable to make decisions about her own money. She was under a legal arrangement called a conservatorship. During that time, her father controlled her finances and her career. She did not have the freedom to choose her own lawyer, her own manager, or even her own doctor. Selling her catalog is a powerful statement. It shows that she is now in charge of her own life and her own legacy. Here's something interesting to consider. Do you remember the last time Britney Spears went on tour? It has been a long time. She does not need to step on a stage again to earn from those songs. Every time a fan streams Toxic or hears Circus in a store, the money goes to the new owner. But Britney already got her payment. It's a way to close the chapter on that part of her career while still benefiting from it. This deal is worth somewhere between $15 and $30 million. That's a wide range, and the exact number has not been confirmed. But even on the low end, it's a life-changing amount of money. However, compared to other artists, it's actually quite modest. Bruce Springsteen sold his catalog for $500 million. Justin Bieber sold his for around $200 million. So why did Britney get less? There are several reasons. First, she does not own the rights to her name and likeness. Those rights are tangled up in legal agreements from earlier in her career. Second, her songwriting catalog is small. Most of her biggest hits were written by professional songwriters like Max Martin. That means the publishing money from those songs goes to them, not to her. And third, she was locked out of her own business affairs for so long. She did not have the opportunity to negotiate deals or build her assets during those years. In many ways, she's starting from scratch. Some fans might feel sad about this. They might think she should have held on to her music. But it is important to remember that owning a catalog is not always the best option for every artist. It comes with responsibilities. You have to manage it, protect it, and pay taxes on it. By selling, Britney frees herself from that burden. She gets a clean break, and she still retains the most important part of her legacy, the songs she helped create. Those will always belong to her. Think about this for a moment. What does it mean to own a piece of history? For decades, music catalogs were passed down through families. Artists held on to them for their children and grandchildren. But times have changed. The music industry is unpredictable. Streaming has changed how money flows. Physical album sales are no longer the main source of income. Selling a catalog is seen as a smart way to secure wealth. It's not giving up, it's cashing out. The company that bought her catalog, Hipgnosis Songs Capital, is a major player in this new world. They have spent billions of dollars buying the rights to famous songs. Their strategy is simple. They believe that great songs are like real estate. They hold their value. People will listen to Baby One More Time 50 years from now, just like they listen to Frank Sinatra today. Hipgnosis is betting that Britney's music will continue to generate income for decades. And they are probably right. Her songs are streaming giants. They are used in movies, commercials, and television shows. They are part of the cultural fabric. Here's another angle to consider. Britney Spears has been in the news a lot lately. Her memoir, The Woman in Me, was a massive bestseller. It gave fans a deeper look into her life and her struggles. It was raw and honest. It also reminded the world just how influential she really is. The book came out at the end of 2023. The catalog deal was announced just a few weeks later. The timing is almost certainly not a coincidence. Her team likely saw a moment of peak interest in her story. When an artist is in the spotlight, their music becomes more valuable. It was the perfect time to strike a deal. She seems to be moving forward with her life in a way that makes her happy. She paints, she posts videos on social media, she enjoys her freedom. The conservatorship is behind her. This deal is just one more step in that direction. It's a financial move, but it's also an emotional one. It represents independence. Think about the journey she has taken. She went from being a child star to a global icon. She faced intense scrutiny from the media. She lost control of her own life, and then she fought to get it back. Now she is making decisions that will affect her family for generations. Her 2 sons are teenagers. This deal helps ensure that they are taken care of. It's a legacy in a very real sense. Now imagine being in her position. After years of being told what to do, you finally have the power to say yes or no. You can look at an offer and decide if it's right for you. That's a freedom most people take for granted, but for her, it's new and it's precious. This deal is proof that she is using that freedom wisely. It's also worth noting that she is not alone in this trend. Many artists from her era are selling their catalogs. Justin Timberlake sold his, Shakira sold hers, Bob Dylan sold his entire catalog for an estimated $400 million. It's becoming the norm. The music industry is changing so fast that holding on to old assets can be risky. Selling locks in the value. It eliminates the guesswork. What does the future hold for her musically? That's hard to say. She has hinted that she may never record again. She has also hinted that she might. The truth is, she does not have to decide right now. She has the freedom to do whatever she wants. That is the greatest gift of all. Whether she returns to the studio or not, her place in music history is secure. Her influence can be heard in the work of countless younger artists. Her songs will continue to be discovered by new generations. This deal is not the end of her story. It is simply a new chapter. It's a chapter about empowerment. It's about taking control. It's about knowing your worth and demanding to be paid for it. Britney Spears spent 13 years without a voice in her own life. Now her voice is loud and clear, and the world is listening. So the next time you hear that opening beat of Baby One More Time, think about what it took to get there. Think about the teenager who sang it. Think about the woman who fought for her freedom. And think about the legacy she has built. The songs may be owned by someone else now, but the story belongs to her, and no one can ever take that away.